What's going on YouTube? Just a video about my eye infection, which is actually a fungal eye infection. Um, if you have one, let's just explain some of my issues and symptoms right now. I'm on I'm on three main eye drops. One of them is moxa moxifloxacin. Moxifloxacin. I'm terrible with these stupid names, so I think this is the generic brand. I think the other name for it is was Vigamox. In the other bottle it said Vigamox, I believe. That's the first one, and that's for actually like a regular bacterial eye infection. The second one is actually for the fungal part of the eye infection, which is Nadicin. I'm putting that in my eye every 2 hours. With the Vigamox, I'm doing it also every 2 hours. So basically, I alternate. So every hour, I'm putting in an eye drop because you don't want to put in the Vigamox on top of the Nadicin, because then you will basically flush it out your eye, and it's what's really needed to get the fungal infection cleared. So if you want to wipe anything off, you want to put the Nadicin on top of the Vigamox, if that makes sense. But the other one is Tobrex, and it's an ointment, and I think it was also for the bacterial infection part of the eye. And I think now, I was putting on 3 times a day, but I've been told now to do it once at night before bed. Taking vitamin C pills, 1,000, I guess, milligrams of it every day to help with my eye immunity. I'm also doing doxycycline, 100 milligrams, once every 12 hours. So basically 2 per day. And I can say that this is going on like week number 3 with having this eye infection. I thought it started to clear up a little bit because the spot got a little clearer, but actually the vision in that eye is kind of like non-existent in a sense. Put it like this: everything is blurry. I can see nothing clear out of that eye. It's still extremely red, as if I got pink eye or something. I got this little patch from Amazon you put over your glasses, because I do, of course, wear prescription glasses and used to wear contacts, and I don't know if that's exactly how this happened or not. A lot of doctors want to claim that, yeah, this is how it happened. This is how it happened. I mean, I'm no scientist or anything, but I know fungus can grow on stuff, but it takes certain conditions for fungus to grow on something. Your eye, of all things, in your contact case, even if you sleep in your contacts, I would love to just see how fungus just miraculously grows out of nowhere if nothing contaminated your eye with any type of plant-like material. How would fungus just grow? Bacteria, yes, not fungus. So with doctors trying to say, then they also say, well, it's possibly because you used you had old solution in your contact case. Well, you just contradict yourself because first you said I was sleeping in my contacts, and I will admit I was. So if I was sleeping in my contacts, and then which I told you, those were a new pair of contacts that I only had in for like maybe a week, and like every day, every other day or so, I would get the solution and I would at least pull them out and clean them and put them back in, even if I slept in them. So it was like, still don't make sense. So I wasn't using a contact case anyway. So that rules out that theory. So how fungus can just grow in your eye? You'll have to prove that to me and show me that, because I've never heard or seen that before. But that's what they want to say, how it evidently happened. I don't believe it. It may have something to do with my job, but I'm not going to get into that on here. But like I say, this is now week number 4. I end up taking leave from work, and I'm hoping and trying to get the doctor. I went to a doctor the other day, and to be honest, she was pretty stupid if you ask me, because I was trying to get her to fill out a form, a leave of absence form, because a couple of things are an issue. I can't see out that eye, and at my job I drive fork trucks and reach trucks, lift trucks, and all that type of stuff. And also I'm on huge tall ladders pulling down material where you got to be careful. It's already enough trying to be careful and do stuff like that with both eyes. Now to try to do it with one, when you haven't got the hang of doing stuff with one. It's like the week before things got worse with the eye infection, I went to work and I already had, the one eye was already draining and paining and stuff like that, so I had it covered with another type of patch. And well, what I realized was my depth perception was off. I was having a lot of sensitivity with light, and then some days it would be the headache started coming. So it was just like, well, and then having to go take medicine every hour on hour, make sure my hands were clean, this, that, and the other. It started to be an issue, with me trying to run all the way across the building, back and forth every hour on hour, stop what I'm doing, which I work in a customer environment, so people constantly stopping you. And it was just like, people don't give a damn what's going on with you. They can see the patch on my eye can be draining fluids, everything, and they still want what they want and want you to do it fast. Customers and supervisors and managers and stuff just act as if it's no issue or whatever. They still want what they want out of you. So it was just like, well, I saw the best thing for me possibly then, especially when the pain started to get worse. Then the doctor's appointment started to need to be 2 and 3, 4 times a week. Because one week I went 3 days, and then he scheduled me for a 4th day during the week. I went that. It was already enough. I went to the ER that Friday. I went that Saturday, that Sunday, and then he told me to come back on that Wednesday. How the hell is somebody going to work when they supposed to be going back and forth to the ER, to the ophthalmologist that much? You know what I mean? So it was just like, but the girl's so stupid that she didn't understand. I asked her, should she be the one to fill out my leave of absence form? And she was just like, well, yeah, I can fill it out. I say, or do you need me to go back to the guy that originally saw me? Because he was the one present when things were in its initial stages before I got any medicine and things were kind of somewhat controlled and I was having more issues. So she gets the paperwork and starts to fill it out, as if it's supposed to be like a return to work or a current status paperwork. Like, yo, lady, I'm not asking you to fill the form out as if we're talking now. This is for when I initially took the leave of absence. If you feel like I need to return to work, then tell me I need to bring you the return to work form and you need to fill it out because I need to return to work. But don't go on the form making it seem as if you were the initial doctor that knew what was going on with my eye. And then what's the thing about it is, being a doctor, you have to be able to show empathy to people. You do got people that's going to come in there and try to abuse the process and stuff by trying to get days off from work that they shouldn't get. You always have those type of people. But when something is seriously going on with somebody in this nature, I don't feel like they should have did that. So, I mean, to make a long story short, it's not fun at all. Can't drive. I can drive, but it's risking tearing up my vehicle because I really can't see and haven't gotten used to driving with one eye. Sometimes this eye hurts just because of it straining to do the work of both eyes, or the strain on it from holding the other eye closed, or just both pupils dilate at the same time. So usually when it dilates to open, this one tries to dilate, makes both of them hurt. So trying to get people to understand your symptoms and what's going on is just ridiculous.